Hello students, welcome back to daily newspaper analysis of 21st of May. And yes, I am back with some important articles from The Hindu. So let's start our discussion. So our first important article is prelims based article. So here we shall be discussing about the important advancement in the defense technologies in India. So here we shall be discussing about Suryastra rocket. Second important and interesting article is related to sperm whale. So recently there were some findings by the scientists. So we shall be discussing about those findings as well as some of the static points related to sperm whales. Next topic is very important. So next topic says that injectable cosmetic products are not permitted under Indian law. So we shall be discussing this topic in detail. Next article is also important. So here Supreme Court has various NGOs have asked various central governments as well as state governments that since there are no definition of liquor bottle in India, so we must be having a specific or particular definition. Next article is related to exercise Pragati 2026. So in short, we shall be discussing this article. And finally, a very important article from editorial. So we shall be discussing about this concept of drone mania. So let's start our discussion. So this first article is related to Suryastra rocket test. So see, you don't need to go in detail about this topic. We shall be discussing some of the points which are important just for the prelims. So here, first important concept for you is that UPSC can simply ask that the term Suryastra was recently seen in news. So it is related to what, or it was in news in what context? So first important thing is the Suryastra is nothing but a rocket launcher. That's it. You don't need to remember each and every detail. So what is important? What is Suryastra? Suryastra is nothing but a rocket launcher which can fire multiple kind of rockets from its platform. So this is important. So what is Suryastra, which was recently seen in news? Suryastra is a long range rocket launcher of India which can launch multiple kind of rockets from its platform. Now let's discuss other things. So Suryastra is India's indigenous long-range guided rocket system. Indigenous means completely made by India. Long-range means it has very no. It's compared to other rocket launchers, its range is high. So here its range, one variant is of 150 kilometers, and second range is of 300 kilometers. So it's long range. Next thing is that this rocket system is guided. That means no, you don't have to predict that maybe rocket will hit here, rocket launcher will hit here, or it will hit here. You can easily control that rocket system. You can easily control the rockets which you are firing from this platform. So this is important about Suryastra for prelims. Now next, if we discuss, so here major role is of private agencies in India. That's why this article is also very important, because this article shows that the involvement of private agencies are very important if we want to modernize the defense systems in India. So basically here one private agency, it is NIBE Limited, so it is Pune based organization. So this was involved in the development. And next we have a Israel agency, that is Albit System. So these two agencies were involved in building this Suryastra. Now this test was done at integrated test range in Chandipur, Orissa. Not much important for prelims, just we are discussing each and every point which was given in news. And yes, if we talk about other specifications about Suryastra, so this we have discussed that this is India's first indigenous rocket launcher system. Now next thing, it says multi-caliber. Multi-caliber means since this is a rocket, this is not a rocket, this is a rocket launcher system. See, you can see in this image. So see, basically this is a rocket launcher system, and this launcher system can fire different kind of rockets. Whatever kind of rocket you want to fire towards the enemy destination, any kind of rocket it can fire. So that's why we call it multi-caliber. Multi-caliber means it can fire any kind of rocket from its platform. Next thing is, it has precision for surface to surface. That means no, you see various kind of missiles, surface to air or no, air to air. Here it is surface to surface. Important. Now, strike range, I think we have already discussed that two kind of variants were tested recently. So one variant had the range of 150 kilometers, second variant had the range of 300 kilometers. Now, a important term is used in the article, and that is circular error probable, that is CEP. So basically, CEP shows that what is the precision or what is the accuracy of any rocket launcher. So here, if this rocket launcher has the range of 300 kilometers, then in the range of 300 kilometers, it has CEP of around 1.5 to 2 meters. This is very, very precise. So here, for any weapon, if CEP is low, then that precision will be very, very high. Now, if we discuss this, that targets it can hit, so this is known as deep strike capability. Deep strike capability means, for example, this is our country and here this is the enemy country, and we want to target various various areas in enemy countries, but we also want to keep the safe limit of us, so that we are also safe. So this is the meaning of deep strike capability, that this rocket launcher can fire the rockets to such a deep to such a deep extent, so that it can penetrate the enemy's territory. So here it can target the command centers, the radar stations. So no, it will not just fire at the boundary of enemy's territory, it can penetrate deep inside the enemy's territory. So this is the meaning of deep strike capability. So this rocket launcher system have very good deep strike capability. Now, let's discuss other special features. So, multi-caliber launcher, we already discussed that it can fire different kind of rockets from its platform. Second thing is, but yes, so this is the meaning of it can fire different kind of rockets. Next thing is it can integrate loitering munitions also. Loitering munitions means these kind of these munitions are kind of weapons. So these weapons, so for example, this is your target country. So what these weapons will do, these weapons will hover. These weapons will continuously hover or continuously rotate above the enemy's territory. And whenever they spot the target, they will just attack. So what they are doing, they are doing the role of drones also. And after no spotting the target, after hovering around the area, it will attack also. So this in this way you can say they also work as smart drone system. So this is the meaning of integrating loitering munitions. Next thing is it can do precision guided strikes. That means you can control the rockets. It's not like the intercontinental ballistic missile that you have just launched. Now no, it's on its own, so it is not going to follow the parabolic path, so you can guide all these rockets. Next thing is it has long range and standoff attack capability. Long range we already discussed. So one variant is of 150 kilometers, second variant is of 300 kilometers. Next is the standoff attack capability. That means you can maintain a long distance from the enemy's territory. Then also you can penetrate the enemy's territory. So this is the meaning of standoff attack capability. Now, quickly, if we discuss about the importance of this, so see, as we have already discussed that this is a indigenous rocket launcher system. Indigenous means built by India, no, mainly built by India in collaboration with other countries. So why this is very important? Because amid the West Asia crisis, we are realizing the importance of reducing the dependence on other countries. So see, because of the West Asia crisis, now we are discussing about the oil crisis or gas crisis. When we discussed about the corona crisis, that during corona there was shortage of chips, and no shortage of chips, shortage of silicon or germanium. So in those times we can discover in those times we realized why it is very important to reduce the dependence on other countries. So that's why this system is very good example that how India is using its own capabilities to reduce the dependence on other countries. So that's why earlier many advanced systems were imported, but now this is very good thing for India because India is producing it domestically. Next important thing is here private sector is involved. So nowadays in coming years more and more private sector involvement will be seen. What will be the advantage for this? See, private sector will try to inject the innovations. They will try to inject the flexibility in the defense systems, and if all these things can happen easily, so we can ensure the economy of scale also, so that we can produce the defense systems in bulk. So this will be advantageous for India. And next importance, if we talk about, so as you already know that during the ongoing Russia-Ukraine crisis, these kind of systems have already been used. So these kind of rocket launchers, smart rocket launchers, have already been used. So this gives us the lesson that if you want to protect your country, if you want the holistic protection, then you have to combine the technology with your traditional forces. So that's why these are the three importance, these are the three advantages. So first of all, this will reduce import dependence on of India. Second thing, it will encourage the entry of private sector in the defense sector. And second and last is that it will ensure the holistic security of any country. Now, next interesting article is related to sperm whales. Okay, so here, first of all, go through the picture. Okay, so this is the picture of sperm whales. This is how they look. So recently scientists have discovered that the clicking sounds which are made by the sperm whales, they are not just the random patterns, but they resemble the human speech. So see, basically I will explain. See, this is a proven fact that these sperm whales try to communicate with each other through a click sound. So this sound which they make, this sound is like a click sound, like a click. So now scientists are saying that earlier we thought that this click sound is a random sound because through this click sound they were communicating. But if you listen that sound very carefully, then you will get an idea that they resemble the human speech. Means this click sound also have a pattern. So they are just equal to the human speech. See, sperm whales communicate using the short sequences of clicks, which we call as codas. See, for example, one time they will try to communicate through just a click click. Next time, maybe they will use click, then click click. So, see, here first they are using click click. Second, might be they will use click, a pause, and then again click, and then click. Are you getting my point? That earlier we used to thought that this is just random, but now if you listen them carefully, so there is a particular pattern, just like there is a particular pattern in human speech. So this click click have different, this click click is communicating different thing, and this click 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 is communicating another different thing. So basically what scientists are saying, that there is a particular rhythm in this communication. There are spacing variations. So can you see here, click, then a pause, and then click click. So there are spacing variations also. There are tone changes also. See, for example, if we talk about human speech, so here if we talk about bat, bet, yes, yes, bat, bet, and bit. So here what we are doing here, whenever we are changing the vowels, our tone is changing. So similarly, the sound of click is also changing, the tone of click is also changing. So that means that is also a different communication pattern. So this is a complete news that recently scientists have discovered that these click sounds have different rhythms, have different spacing variations, different tone changes, as we see in the human speeches. Now, let's quickly discuss some of the exam related points. So first important thing, see, many a times I have discussed, whenever you read about any species, please read the basic characteristics, because they are directly asked in the examination, and sometimes I have discussed the PYQs also. So here also we shall be discussing all the basic characteristics about sperm whales. First important thing is about its look. So sperm whale is a dark blue, gray or brownish with white patches on the belly. So see, I have already shown you the picture of sperm whale. So basically they are dark in color, so grayish or bluish, and near the belly they have some white patches. Now, next thing is that these whales are the largest of the toothed whales and have one of the widest global distributions. So please remember that these are the largest of the toothed whales, not one of the, these are the largest of the toothed whales, and they have the widest global distributions. Why I am saying widest? Because they are available in the tropical regions also, they are available in the temperate regions also. So that's why we are saying that they have one of the widest global distributions. Now, quickly tell me in the comment section whenever we are talking about sperm whale. So, tell me whether sperm whale is a mammal or whether sperm whale is a fish. So this is very simple but very important question. So, tell me in the comment section that whether sperm whale is a mammal or sperm whale is a fish. Now, next thing is that these sperm whales have the largest brains of any animal. This is very, very important fact, that these whales have the largest brains of any animal, and generally they live in the matriarchal groups of around 10. Now, if we talk about their social life, so sperm whales are highly social animals. This is very, very important characteristic, can be asked in the exam. So sperm whales are highly social animals and they live in the close family groups. Okay. Now, for any species, IUCN status is very important. So they are listed as vulnerable in IUCN Red List. Okay, so these were the important points for sperm whale. Now, next article, next important article. So recently, the National Drug Regulator of India, that is CDSCO, has said that injectable cosmetic products are not permitted under Indian law. So see, this is very, very important clarification which has been given by the CDSCO. So what is CDSCO? So basically CDSCO is the Central Drug Standard Control Organization, and this is the National Drug Regulator. So basically CDSCO is the National Drug Regulator of India. So recently it has clarified that cosmetics products are not permitted for the injection into human body. So basically it is saying that the injectable cosmetic products does not come under the word cosmetic products, which is given under the Drug and Cosmetics Act of 1940. So this Drugs and Cosmetics Act contains some list of cosmetic drugs. So now CDSCO has said that injectable cosmetic drugs are not part of that category which is given under this act. See, so basically CDSCO is saying that you use the cosmetic products for the external use. You use various cosmetic creams, you can use various treatments like laser treatments, etc., etc. But please don't inject any kind of cosmetic drug inside the human body, because if you are injecting, the side effects will be long term. Because see, if you are using any cream or any external thing, so maybe see, if nothing goes wrong, that is okay. Even if you have any side effect, you can get a simple treatment and you will get rid of it. But if you are injecting a particular cosmetic product in the human body, then the effects will be long term. Right, so that's why CDSCO has given such clarification. So what it has said, that cosmetics are legally meant only for the external application. So please remember this, that whether injectable cosmetic products are covered under Drugs and Cosmetics Act, so answer will be no. All the other things which are for external use, those are covered under the definition. Okay, so let's quickly discuss about the legal definition of cosmetics, which is given under the Act. So cosmetics are any products which are used either for the cleansing, like the cleansing milk females use, or for the beautifying, beautifying like the BB cream or CC cream or foundation creams. These are the creams for beautifying, or anything for improving awareness, appearance, or the promoting attractiveness. So all these things are meant only for the external purpose, and you cannot use anything to inject inside the human body. Now, why this clarification was given? Because there are many products in India, or for that matter any country, where injectable kind of products are used. For example, some skin glow infections, or for example whitening infections or beauty drips. See, if we talk about this case about about death of a famous actress, that is Sri Devi. So though it is not proven, but this is a known fact that there were some roles of skin glow infections in her death also. Because if you are injecting anything cosmetic in your human body, it will have a long term effect on your body. So that's why, because of all these concerns, these clarifications were given by CDSCO. Now, why government is concerned nowadays? Because nowadays, no, various kinds of social media promotions are given, and various kind of misleading advertisements are given, that no, if you want to look good, if you want to look fair, you can take such and such kind of injections. So that's why government is concerned related to all these kind of products. Now quickly let's discuss that if you inject all these kind of cosmetic products, then what all things can happen. First of all, allergic reactions can happen, very simple. Other kind of infections can happen, and infections can happen to such an extent that it can lead to death also. So that's why these kind of products are very risky. It can also lead to blood vessel blockage, nerve damage, etc., etc. Okay. Now now next important article. So next important article, the heading says that at present we do not have any uniform definition of liquor bottle in India. So let's discuss the complete issue. See, recently what happened, an NGO, that NGO name is Community Against Drunken Driving. This NGO has filed petition in Supreme Court of India. And what is the petition? The NGO has said that at present in India, we do not have any uniform definition of liquor bottle. So see, if we do not have any uniform definition of liquor bottle, then then the liquor or alcohol can be sold in any type of packaging in India. Why? Because we do not have any uniform definition that no, under the only these kind of bottles can be called as the liquor bottles. So that's why what is happening in India. Okay, so yes, why this petition was filed? Because what is happening in India, that since we do not have any uniform definition of liquor bottle, that's why alcohol is being sold in any kind of packaging. For example, sometimes it is sold in Tetra packs, like no milk packs or other kind of packs. Sometimes it is sold in sachet or small plastic bottles. So see, the main important point here is that all these packagings looks very similar to soft drinks or juices. I know some kind of packaging even mention these kind of words like the green apple vodka or mango vodka. So all these kind of representations are very misleading. Why misleading? Because they can attract children also, they can attract juvenile also. That's why this NGO has filed a petition that there must be uniform definition of liquor bottle in India, so that people must know, okay, this type of packaging must be containing liquor only. So that's why recently Supreme Court of India has sought responses from central as well as state government, that why at present we do not have any uniform definition of liquor bottle across India. So yes, what were the concerns? for which Supreme Court was analyzing this issue. So main concern was that it can mislead the consumers because they might think that this is a juice bottle, but actually it is a liquor bottle. Second thing, it can attract children and juvenile also because they are doing the colorful full blinding. They are doing the colorful branding. So that's why this it can easily attract children or juvenile, and it can also encourage hidden drinking, or it can increase the drunken driving. So that's why these are the important concerns. So that's why we must be having a particular definition of liquor bottles in India. Now, what is the legal issue here? Why till now we do not have a uniform definition of liquor bottles? So important thing here is that alcohol or liquor is a state subject. So basically it comes under Schedule 7 and it comes under the state list. So since it is this is a subject under state list, so that's why union government cannot make a uniform law. And even if union government makes a uniform law, different states will try to implement it in different way. So that's why there is a legal issue, there is a federal issue. So what can be done here? The solution is that each and every state must agree. No, there must be a meeting of all the states, of all the stakeholders from the states, and then all the states must agree to a uniform definition. Because even if central government makes, their implementations will be very different. So that's why what is the need of our, there must be consultation for within various state governments, and hence a common definition must be agreed to. Yes, so basically, next the article says that we are using statutory warnings in the cigarette packets where the health warnings are easily visible. So these kind of warnings are not given in the liquor packaging. So we must give all these kind of warnings in liquor packaging also, so that it does not attract especially the children or juvenile. Now, next article. Next article is related to exercise Pragati. So we don't need to go into detail about all the technicalities. We have to know 2-3 important things: that what is this exercise, what all countries were involved, where this exercise took place, and what was the objective. That's it. So here, first of all, we shall be discussing what is Pragati. So full form is Partnership of Regional Armies for Growth and Transformation in the Indian Ocean Region 2026. So basically this is Pragati. Important thing is that Pragati is not an exercise which is happening just between two countries. So Pragati is a multinational military exercise. It is hosted by India, but many countries are involved. So please remember that. What is Pragati? Pragati is a multinational military exercise which is hosted by India. Now, Pragati focuses on three things. It mainly focuses on counter-terrorism operations, then it focuses on jungle warfare, and it focuses on the military coordination. So basically, it is various countries are testing the interoperability, that if any kind of attack happens, if terrorism attack happens, so whether our militaries can coordinate with each other or not, or whether we can perform good in the jungle warfare or not, or whether we can do counter terrorism operations or not. So these are the main focus. Now, where this exercise took place, venue is important. This exercise took place in the Umroi military station in Meghalaya. Very important for prelims. Now, here, apart from India, 12 other nations participated. So, basically, 13 nations participated. You don't need to remember name of each and every nation. Just you can have a basic idea that 12 other friendly nations were involved. For example, Bhutan, Cambodia, Indonesia, etc., etc. Now, yes, a basic question, that why Meghalaya was chosen. So see, Meghalaya is already a jungle terrain and is a hilly terrain. So the terrain is very difficult. So that's why in difficult terrain, this complete exercise will be very fruitful, because their soldiers or their military personnel will learn a lot. So it will be suitable for counter terrorism as well as jungle warfare training. So I think that's it for the exam. You don't need to go in much detail. Yes. Our next article is about the drone mania. So this is topic from editorial. So quickly we shall be discussing about the gist or summary, what the article is basically saying. Okay. So see, This article says that as we know, basically this article talks about the significance of drones in recent times and the drawbacks, what all drawbacks drones are having or what all things needs to be done. So basically the article is saying that as we know that drones are transforming the modern warfare system. So basically article is saying that drones are transforming the modern warfare system, but the thing is that in nowadays drones, the use of drones is very exaggerated, and the use of drones cannot be equated to the battlefield realities. That means any country cannot win the battle just on the basis of drones. So basically article is saying that use of drones is very overhyped or very exaggerated in the modern times. Why we are saying this? Because see, why these drone hypes are there? Because if we talk about any war, for example, if we talk about Russia Ukraine war, or we talk about the Israel Hamas war, so all these type of conflicts and wars have shown that drones are very very useful. So how they are useful? So see, drones can be used, just a second. Okay, so here why drones are useful? Because okay, so let's discuss in this way. Okay, so see how drones are useful. So see, drones can be used for the surveillance, drones can be used for the precision strikes, etc. So just now we discussed about the loitering munitions in the rocket launcher system. So there also drones can be used. So basically article is saying that yes, we know that drones are very important and some of the recent wars have shown the importance of drones. But point here is that drones alone cannot win the war, right? So you must strengthen your traditional military capabilities also. For example, you must strengthen your artilleries, or you must strengthen your air superiority. So you have to work on those also. Then only if you combine the drone capabilities with the traditional capabilities, then only you can say that yes, okay, you are at the stronger footing. Now here article discusses an important term, and that is drone mania. So drone mania means basically the nowadays people think that drone is very useful, and each and every country is repeatedly using drones. So this term is called drone mania. So article is saying that this term drone mania is creating a false impression. What is the false impression? False impression it is creating that the traditional military is nowadays becoming obsolete. That means there is no use of traditional military and everything can be done through technology. But the reality is that if you want to actually win the war, the traditional military warfare or traditional military capability is very very important. See, now important thing is, but yes, we know all these things, but it's not like any country don't know this. Every country knows that we want to integrate technology with we want to integrate the traditional capabilities with the technology. But even then, why many countries are using drone? So see, reason is because drones are very cheaper, because drones can do a lot of functions and drones are very cheaper, and drones are capable of precision targeting. So because of all these advantages, drones are repeatedly used by the countries. But important thing here is that okay, drones are very important for the warfare, but see, countries are ready for the anti-drone operations also, right? Because see, if the enemy country is using the drones, then I will be ready for the each and every counter of drones. For example, I will be having my jamming system, right? I will be having some kind of electronic warfare, or I will be having some kind of radar tracking, so that I can destroy the drone. So that's why any country must not have the excessive dependency on the drones. Because if I am having excessive dependency, then I will become vulnerable. Because if the radar of that country catches my drone, if the radar of that country targets my drone, or the jamming system blocks my drone, then what will happen? So that's why each and every country must try to integrate technology with the traditional military warfare. Then only we can ensure the holistic security of any country. So this was the overall gist of the article. Now a quick practice question for you. So this practice question is related to sperm whales. So first statement is, sperm whales are the largest toothed predators on the earth. Second is they communicate using clicking sounds called codas. And last is sperm whales are herbivorous marine mammals. So since we have discussed this article in detail, so try to give the answer in the comment section. Okay, so I think that's it from